Hello and welcome to another Magic 2015 Top 10 list. Now that Duels Origins is on the horizon, it's time to slowly say goodbye to Magic 2015, and what's a better way to do that than go over my top 10 favorite archetypes that you might not have played yet, starting with number 10, which is the Monoblue Tempo archetype. Sometimes you also see blue-green variants, but the idea is still the same. It's trying to go wide with cheap creatures, preferably evasive creatures, and take advantage of enchantments like Military Intelligence and Bident of Thassa to draw a bunch of cards and stay ahead of the tempo game by playing bounce spells like Vapor Snag and to win the game that way. It's a very fun deck and I encourage you to try it out if you haven't already. Number 9 is the Boros Tokens archetype. There's a lot of different token archetypes, and Boros Tokens is certainly one of the more powerful versions. It can go very wide with cards like Young Pyromancer, Raise the Alarm, and Triplicate Spirits, and then win the game with a pump effect like Trumpet Blast or Goblin Bushwhacker, and can kill very quickly, so certainly one of the more powerful archetypes in Magic 2015. Number 8 we have Abzan Lifegain. There's the black-white Lifegain decks which are very popular. The Abzan version tries to go a little bigger with ramp cards like Cultivate and big payoff cards like Palaka Worm that also gain life, and with the Lifegain turning into life loss for the opponent with enchantments like Sanguine Bond, or with the Vizkopa Guildmage you can turn a game around very quickly. At number 7 we have Junt Midrange, another Cultivate deck that tries to ramp out powerful creatures, play efficient removal spells, and stay ahead in the card advantage game with cards like Gravewar Muse, a very powerful deck that can burn people out with cards like Banefire or with a cycled Resounding Thunder. At number 6 we have another red-green deck, but this one has a special twist. It's the Land Destruction deck, playing up to 12 land destruction cards and playing ways to get them back from the graveyard. This can lock an opponent out of a color, or better yet, lock someone out of playing any spells at all. At number 5 we have Azorius Control, the purest control deck in the game that tries to win the game with a Kozilek or a Baneslayer Angel, plays a lot of counter spells and ways to draw cards, and has Elixir of Immortality to shuffle all your cards back into your deck to keep going and keep countering those spells. At number 4 we have Selesnya Tokens, another token variant. I like this version slightly better than the Boros token version, but they are both very powerful. Selesnya Tokens offers cards like Michaeloth and enchantments like Doubling Season to go over the top of most midrange decks, and can grind out tokens with Selesnya Evangel, which is one of the advantages over the Boros version. At number 3 is a very crazy deck. It's the Warp World deck that tries to ramp into a Warp World, have as many permanents in play as possible to get a big payoff when casting Warp World, and take the opponent by surprise and kill on the following turn. A very crazy and powerful deck when it works, and a lot of fun to play. At number 2 I have the Sultai Spiders archetype. It's a graveyard deck that tries to mill itself to play a huge spider spawning by having a lot of creatures in a graveyard when it resolves, and it also plays the alternate win condition of Laboratory Maniac for additional style points. And at number 1, my favorite deck in Magic 2015 is also arguably the most powerful deck in the game, and that's the blue-red or Izzet Burn deck that plays a lot of cards that benefit from playing a lot of instants and sorceries like Kiln Fiend, Gutter Snipe and Young Pyromancer that can create a lot of damage out of nowhere and can even win a longer game with cards like Talrand, Sky Summoner, generating a lot of value whenever you cast an instant or sorcery. Alright, so this concludes my top 10 favorite archetypes in Magic 2015. I hope you've enjoyed this year of Magic, and hopefully we can do it all over again with Duels Origins.